Writer's block is the dreaded adversary of every writer. It sneaks in when you least expect it, leaving you staring at a blank page or blinking cursor for what feels like an eternity. Whether you're crafting a novel, writing a blog post, or working on a business proposal, writer's block can be frustrating and demotivating. The good news is that it's not invincible. In this comprehensive video, we'll explore proven strategies and practical hacks to overcome writer's block instantly and reignite your creative spark. Understanding writer's block. Before diving into solutions, it's important to understand what causes writer's block. It's not just about running out of ideas. Writer's block can stem from various factors. 1. Perfectionism, feeling the pressure to write something flawless in the first draft. 2. Self-doubt, believing your writing isn't good enough. 3. Stress, overwhelmed by deadlines, responsibilities, or personal issues. 4. Fatigue, mental or physical exhaustion that saps your creativity. 5. Lack of direction, struggling to figure out where your story or argument is headed. The key to overcoming writer's block is identifying its root cause. Once you know what's holding you back, you can tackle it head-on. Hacks to overcome writer's block instantly. 1. Free writing. Let your thoughts flow. Free writing is one of the simplest and most effective tools to combat writer's block. Set a timer for 10 to 15 minutes and write non-stop. Don't worry about grammar, structure, or coherence, just let your thoughts spill onto the page. Why it works. It removes the pressure to write perfectly. It helps uncover hidden ideas or emotions. It gets your creative juices flowing. 2. Change your environment. Sometimes, writer's block is triggered by monotony. If you've been staring at the same desk or screen for hours, switch things up. Try this. Write in a different room or outdoors. Visit a coffee shop or library. Rearrange your workspace for a fresh perspective. A change in scenery can stimulate your brain and inspire new ideas. 3. Use writing prompts. When your mind feels blank, a good writing prompt can act as a jumpstart. Choose a prompt that intrigues you and write without overthinking. Here are a few examples. What would happen if fictional characters came to life in the real world? Describe a world where music is the primary form of communication. Write about a character who finds an old, mysterious journal. Prompts are especially helpful for creative writers, but can be adapted for other types of writing too. 4. Set micro goals. Instead of aiming to write a chapter or an article, set smaller, achievable goals. For instance, write 100 words. Finish one paragraph. Describe one character or scene. Why it works. Small victories build momentum. It reduces the overwhelm of tackling a big project. Once you achieve a micro goal, you'll likely feel motivated to keep going. 5. Switch mediums. If typing on a computer isn't working, try writing by hand. The tactile experience of pen on paper can feel more personal and less intimidating. Alternatively, use voice-to-text software to speak your ideas. Create a mind map or doodle to brainstorm visually. Changing how you capture your thoughts can unlock creativity. 6. Reread your favorite works. Revisit books, essays, or stories that inspire you. Pay attention to what you love about them. Word choice, tone, structure, and let that inspiration fuel your writing. Sometimes, reading a passage from your favorite author can remind you why you started writing in the first place. 7. Embrace the power of breaks. If you've been struggling for hours, step away from your work. Engage in activities that relax or energize you. Go for a walk, meditate, or practice deep breathing. Exercise to release tension and boost endorphins. Why it works. Breaks help reset your mind. Physical activity enhances focus and creativity. 8. Start in the middle. If you're stuck on how to start your piece, skip the beginning and dive into a part that excites you. For example, write the climax of your story first. Draft the conclusion of your article. You can always go back and fill in the gaps later. Starting in the middle removes the pressure of crafting a perfect opening. 9. Talk it out. Sometimes, verbalizing your ideas is easier than writing them. Discuss your project with a friend, family member, or fellow writer. Benefits. Fresh perspectives can spark new ideas. Articulating your thoughts out loud can clarify them. If no one is available, record yourself explaining your ideas and listen back for insights. 10. Use the write badly rule. Give yourself permission to write poorly. Tell yourself, this doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to exist. Why it works. Removes the perfectionism barrier. Reminds you that first drafts are for ideas, not polish. Once you've written something, you can always revise it later. 11. Set a timer. The Pomodoro technique can work wonders. Set a timer for 25 minutes and focus solely on writing during that time. Afterward, take a 5-minute break. Why it works. Creates urgency and a sense of accomplishment. Breaks the task into manageable chunks. 12. Revisit your purpose. Ask yourself, why am I writing this? Reconnecting with your goals goals can reignite your passion. For example, are you writing to share knowledge? Are you creating a story that's been burning inside you? Are you fulfilling a personal or professional dream? When you remember the why, the how becomes easier. 13. Try mindfulness or visualization. Writer's block often stems from anxiety or overthinking. Mindfulness can help you refocus. Simple exercises. Spend 5 minutes focusing on your breath. Visualize yourself successfully finishing your project. A calm mind is a creative mind. 14. Limit distractions. Create a distraction-free environment to write. Turn off notifications on your phone or computer. Use apps like Focus at Will or Forest to stay on track. Let others know you need uninterrupted time. Distractions can derail your flow, so minimizing them is key. 15. Create a routine. Establish a consistent writing schedule. Whether it's 30 minutes every morning or an hour before bed, routines train your brain to expect and prepare for creative work. 16. Revisit old work. Look through unfinished drafts, old notebooks, or past projects. You might rediscover ideas worth revisiting or feel inspired by how much you've grown as a writer. 17. Leverage the power of deadlines. Deadlines, even self-imposed ones, can be a powerful tool to push past writer's block and stay productive. Setting a clear time frame for completing a task creates a sense of urgency that can combat procrastination and indecision. The pressure of a ticking clock often helps focus your thoughts and prioritize what truly matters in your writing. Make it work for you. Break your project into smaller milestones, each with its own deadline. For example, set dates for finishing a draft, editing, or outlining specific sections. Use tools like calendars, timers, or apps to keep track of your progress. If you find it hard to stay accountable to yourself, involve someone else in the process. Share your deadlines with a friend, family member, or mentor who can check in with you. The added layer of accountability often boosts motivation and ensures you stay on track. Deadlines don't have to feel restrictive. They can be the push you need to finish that piece you've been dreaming of completing. Overcoming common writer's block myths. Myth number 1. Writer's block means you're not talented. Truth. Writer's block is a normal part of the creative process. Even the greatest writers experience it. Myth number 2. You have to wait for inspiration. Truth. Inspiration often comes after you start writing, not before. Myth number 3. You should write every day. Truth. While consistency is important, taking breaks is equally vital to avoid burnout. Long-term strategies to prevent writer's block. While these hacks can provide instant relief, it's also important to adopt habits that minimize writer's block in the future. 1. Read regularly. Exposure to different styles and genres keeps your creativity sharp. 2. Stay curious. Explore new topics, hobbies, and experiences. 3. Practice self-care. A healthy body and mind support a healthy writing routine. 4. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge your progress, even if it's just one sentence. Conclusion. Writer's block doesn't have to be a permanent roadblock. Think of it as a temporary hurdle that can be overcome with the right mindset and effective strategies. It's important to remind yourself that this challenge is a natural part of the creative process and happens to even the most accomplished writers. With tools like free writing, changing your environment, or breaking your project into smaller, manageable goals, you can move past the frustration and rediscover your creative flow. Remember, writing is not a sprint, but a marathon, a journey filled with moments of inspiration and struggle alike. Each word you write, no matter how imperfect it may feel at first, is a step forward toward completing your project and achieving your dreams. Embrace the process, knowing that revisions and improvements can always come later. The next time you feel stuck, take a deep breath, try a new approach, and remind yourself why you started writing in the first place. You have the tools, the passion, and the ability to conquer writer's block and let your ideas shine. So pick up your pen or open your laptop and keep writing. You've got this. Your best work is waiting to be created. Happy writing! Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and see you all in the next video.